Hi.
Hi.
Hi, I am Stefania from Mundo Now,
Hi, nice
and
to meet you.
we are with Francesca Sloane to talk about the new show from Prime Video, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. She is the co-creator, and I want to ask you, like, why did you accept to be in this project?
I I loved working with Donald in Atlanta. When he wanted to do something in the future, it was like a dream come true. I just think he has the best sensibilities out there. I think he's an incredible person. And so when he brought Mr. and Mrs. Smith forward, I initially thought he was kidding around. But once we started discussing it and seeing how we could do our version of it, it felt really intriguing, really exciting, and an absolute yes from me.
Yeah, well, when the news came out, like the remake about Mr. and Mrs. Smith, everyone was like, no, it's the same again and again. But now we can see that it's not the same.
Yeah.
So how the idea came about, like every episode, it's like a different mission.
Yeah, I mean, we set out to do something completely different. We wanted to make sure that if we were going to take on some kind of big IP like this, that we were doing something really unique. We were sort of inspired actually by old 80s shows like Moonlighting or Heart to Heart, where they sort of had these missions of the week. But we wanted to sort of tell it through the lens of today's TV landscape and really sort of ground it in the humanity of the relationship. So we thought, how can missions pair up with relationship milestones? How can we get all of the fun spy tropes in there and then make it feel really raw and real and relatable by way of these two people and their marriage? And that's sort of why we went in that direction.
Well, yeah, in it's completely different and it's very interesting, like
Thank you.
it's not the same.
Yeah,
I
I
really love it.
appreciate that. Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I want to know, like, what was your favorite part of everything of the project? Like when they got the final cut, what was your favorite part?
Oh, wow. My favorite moment in the series?
Yes.
Um, God, there are so many. I really think that Maya and Donald just did such a good job. They gave so much. They were both vulnerable and hilarious, and but I think my favorite moment is I'm trying to think of without giving too much away. There's a moment where they finally get really real with each other, and they sort of say all of these things that they've been keeping from each other from the past, and the way that they performed that and the way that sort of we get to see how close they've become was very special to me, and made me emotional.
So your favorite part, it's the romance between them.
Oh yes, absolutely. More than anything else, it's definitely the relationship and the romance between John and Jane.
So we're running out of time, but I wanted you to invite our audience to see the new show.
Yeah,
You can do
absolutely.
it.
Yeah. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith is a very unique ride. You'll still have, your action. You'll laugh. You'll feel uncomfortable. But you'll also see a lot of romance, a lot of humanity, and hopefully you'll get to see yourself in it too. And I really hope that you feel something. It really is a good time. So give it a watch.
Thank you. Really, thank you. It's an amazing show, and I hope to see more of it.
Thank you so much.